everybody, it's Megnat, and today we're finally going to do an anime review. And don't worry guys, this is going to be a non-spoiler review, so if you haven't seen this anime yet, you're fine here. So, Rakudai no Cavalry is set in a world where some people, known as Blazers, are able to materialize their souls into weapons, and this story focuses on Iki Kurogane, who's dubbed as the failed knight by the other students in his school. So first of all, the plot is something we've already seen multiple times, but what makes this anime so interesting is the way it's executed, especially when it comes to character development, mainly when it comes to Iki of course. As for the characters, I like how they're shown in this anime. For example, there have been several different animes with a weak protagonist that eventually becomes stronger, sometimes also rushing the anime in the process. But in this anime, it's not like that. See, Blazers are ranked based on their magical power, and Iki has low magical power. But he is trained to become an expert swordsman, so basically when it comes to swordsmanship, he's a beast. The anime also shows how he's been underestimated, disregarded, and mistreated by everyone around him, including his family. So he had to teach himself how to fight and has trained for a long time to make up for his lack of magical power. And that's what I love about him the most, because that's what makes him such a relatable character to a lot of people, including myself. There's also a female protagonist named Stella Vermilion, an A-ranked Blazer, who later became Iki's roommate. Even she underestimated Iki at first and even fought him in the very first episode. But I won't tell you how that battle turns out because, again, and keep it as non-spoiler here, she eventually realizes that Iki's situation is similar to her situation from in the past. See, many people look at her and say that she's naturally gifted, she's talented, but she as well had to work hard as well in order to get to where she is now, as shown from interesting flashbacks of her past. And you do see those flashbacks a couple of times in the anime, but they don't really go into it. So I hope in the future, if we get a season 2, which I'm really hoping for, I would like to see more of her origin. They also build the relationship between Iki and Stella really nicely, and I enjoyed seeing the relationship grow. There are also some interesting supporting characters as well, like Iki's younger sister, Shizuku Kurogane. Now, in lots of animes, there are a couple of sisters who have a brother complex, but in this case, I kind of accept this because of her backstory. See, Iki and Shizuku is part of a family that has a reputation of having strong blazers. And while Iki is considered the disappointment of the family, Shizuku was treated practically like a princess because she was pretty damn powerful. This allowed her to do whatever she wanted and whatever she pleased. But Iki is the one who came to her and showed her what is right from wrong. However, she never knew of how her family mistreated her brother until the day he decided to leave. Because of this, she gained a hatred for her family and followed her brother in order to give him the love that he never got from his family. And that's why I always found really interesting. But of course, to be fair, Shizuku does go a little bit overboard. Just a little. Well, not a little, but yeah, she does go overboard. I've actually talked to a friend about it too, and she agreed with what I said, but even she said that Shizuku went overboard. So when it comes to Iki, you could say that everything is not what it seems. I'll stop now. But of course, the anime has some flaws. For one, this anime doesn't show how blazers really affect their society, which some people would like to see. Me, I would actually like to see it as well. In fact, almost the entirety of the anime takes place in school. Also, other than Stella and Shizuku, there are 3 other girls that Iki eventually meets, which kinda makes it unnecessary harem as some people might predict. Though to be fair, only one of those girls are not important, while the other two girls are important for the future arcs within the anime and manga, of course. And one more thing, there is a fight at the end, which a lot of people says ends too soon. And usually I would say the same thing, but this anime particularly had a great build up to that moment. And you will understand if you watch it. But you could tell, because of all that build up, when you get to the fight scene, you could tell that it's the most important and the most pivotal part of Iki's entire life. So this time I let it slide because I just love the ending of the anime. Plus, the main goal for this anime is character development rather than full-on action.
You're letting him kill Martha! Why did you say that name?
And that is why I'm glad to say that this anime does it so well. It does great character development and giving you interesting characters that you won't be bored of. So overall, I did enjoy this anime. And if you like interesting characters and character development, you will enjoy this. But if you like full-on action or hate cliche plotlines, you'll want to avoid the anime. Just letting you guys know, eventually I'll make a spoiler review for this, but for now, I'm just gonna give out some non-spoiler reviews on some anime that have recently finished. But anyways, what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this anime? If you watched it, let me know. Just don't put any spoilers in the comments. And if you plan on watching the anime, then let me know. I'm Megnat, and I'll see you guys next time.